You're listening to 5 Things with Lisa Birnbach.
Howdy do, I'm Lisa Birnbach. How are you today? Don't you just love it when you can check every item off your to-do list? I love it. Doesn't mean I ever do it, but I love it, and I love the idea of it. And I had a very productive day yesterday, so I feel energized by it, almost as if I had checked everything off. Which reminds me, a long time ago, I got to work with Martin Charnin, the legendary Broadway director and lyricist. You may have heard of a show called Annie that he created. Anyway, he would write down all his tasks in a bound book, and then when they were done, he would cross them out in thick black Pentel marker. I don't think I ever discussed it with him, but I studied him and that book with 99% of my attention. And I always wondered, how will he remember what he did if he can't read it? Anyway, spring. But I kid for 1 second, because thinking about Martin made me write him an email today, and I'm going to invite him to be on the podcast because he's such an interesting guy. He's had such an extraordinary life. He was in the very first Broadway company of a show called West Side Story. So he was the jet with glasses, the nearsighted jet. There has to be a thug in glasses, right? That makes it real. Anyway, here are my 5 things that made all the difference to me. Number 1, teaching. I was a guest teacher at a class this week on podcasting at Stony Brook University, which is part of the state university system. I swear I learned more from the students and the teachers than they learned from me. They learned what not to do. I learned what to do. I enjoyed them. I posted a picture of the students and myself on my page at lisabirnbach.com. You'll notice, maybe, I'm giving it away now, that the woman with less height than me, the petite woman standing to my side, is Gail Sheehy, the great journalist who wrote passages and so many great things in the 70s and 80s. And she's doing a podcast, and every student in that class was doing a podcast. And the range of interests was mind-blowing when you think it was 10 random people. And each one, some were narratives, some were interviews, really interesting. Podcasting, of course, is the thing. So I got in on it right towards the end. But I'm here. You can't get rid of me. And being in a classroom reminded me how much I like being in classrooms. And also I like talking. Ergo, I might like teaching. Ergo, I actually applied to be a writing teacher at a college next January for winter term. We'll see how that goes. Number 2, the PlantShed on 87th Street. Wait, is that a coffee shop? No, it's a florist. No, it's a nursery. No, it's all of those. It's a hybrid that I love. When I see coffee and flowers on a sign, I have to go in. I went in. It was as if a magnet had drawn me from across the street. The place smelled great. It was well designed. It was busy. It was fun. There are greeting cards I didn't buy. There are pots I didn't buy. I bought nothing there, actually, but I loved it. And next time I'm going to go there for my latte with an unusual milk garnished from a non-dairy producing animal or no animal. But the PlantShed is the coolest thing. And is this a concept that's worldwide? Plant shop, florist, coffee bar? Is it? Well, it's a good one. Number 3, I am a late bloomer to food allergies, but, I'm a follower, and now I have some. I don't know what they are exactly. I can't eat eggs anymore, but I have found a snack that I chose at the store because, of course, it had a nice bag, it had good graphics, and I love the name. It's called Love, Corn, which is how I sign my letters, Love, corn. No, Lisa. Anyway, I tried it. I tried the sea salt flavor. It was good. It's crunchy. It's not gluten. It's not this. It's nothing. I don't know what it is, but it's cornish, corny, saltish, salty, and I think it's made in Spain, and I'm not related to the Korns or the Kornbergs. No relation whatsoever, but it's pretty good. Number 4, Burn This on Broadway at the Hudson Theater, opening soon. I first saw Lanford Wilson's play Burn This in 1987 when the new star, John Malkovich, I swear, burned up the joint. Everyone left that theater just saying, I'll never forget this performance. I'm so glad I saw it. This will stick with me forever. This is one of those times. And it was. And this is a play that I've not seen in revival since. It's about Anna, a dancer, who was originally portrayed by Joan Allen, now Keri Russell, beautiful Keri Russell from The Americans. And her gay dancer roommate, who was in the closet to his family, has died. And there's a lot of back and forth. She has a boyfriend. She has another roommate. And then one night, chaos shows up in the form of a guy called Pale, played by Malkovich in 1987 and played now by Adam Driver from the Black Klansman movie, from Girls. You know him, you love him. He's in Star Wars too, I think. Anyway, I was eager to see it again. It's a whole different interpretation. First of all, there's no John Malkovich in it. Secondly, it's played more, I would say, for laughs and romance than menace, which is the feeling I had when I first saw it. But let me tell you something. No disrespect to Keri Russell, who is just beautiful. Adam Driver is a huge star. Huge. He's big, he's manly, he's tall, he's got so much charisma, it just comes out there. And then there's the squealing of the women in the audience. I last heard squealing of that volume at whatever play it was that Armie Hammer was in. I swear I wasn't one of the squealers, but I recommend it. It's an adult play. See what you think. Number 5, I come to praise the Atlantic Monthly Magazine. I've never written for The Atlantic. This is not a pitch to read something I've written, nor is it a pathetic way to get an article published by The Atlantic, although it seems to me that might work, or that might be an effective way. I just find myself reading articles on their website all the time. It was founded in Boston in 1857 by a bunch of filthy, rotten journalists like Ralph Waldo Emerson and Harriet Beecher Stowe and Henry Wadsworth Longfellow and the Supreme Court Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes. And it publishes great stuff. And it's not all heavy, oh, I can't bear to open this article. It's great. And actually, because I read so much of it online, I think I'm going to subscribe because fair is fair. Anyway, I want them to keep doing the good journalism, so maybe my one subscription will encourage them to do that. Anyway, thank you for reading. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to this podcast, if you wouldn't mind, on Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher.com, YouTube, or on my website, lisabirnbach.com. And stay cool and act natural. Bye-bye.
That was 5 Things with Lisa Birnbach. New episodes every Friday, if she remembers.